Hi guys, this is Scholastic Sam, back at you guys with another video. Don't worry, we have a PowerPoint for this one, but I'm going to start off on Desmos because today we're going to be learning about intersections between quadratics, parabolas, lines, and circles. As you can see here, the intersection between the lines, the line and the circle is going to be here and here. The equation between the circle and the quadratic are here and here. Equation between the line and the quadratic are here and here, and the equation between all three is right here. Now, you can use these graphs as we've looked in the other videos we've seen to write the equations. Now, we're going to go over how to algebraically solve their points of intersection. There we go. Let's get off with our first one. If you haven't yet, if you don't understand this topic, please watch my previous videos on solving systems of equations, linear quadratic functions, and graphs and equations of circles. Now the equations, lines are y equals mx plus b. These can be rewritten, and normally are in linear equations, to be something like 3x plus 4y equals 6. Parabolas are written the same way as they always are, in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. An example would be 2x squared plus 4x plus 3. And circles are x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. I wrote a and b, but you can substitute that out with x and h. Equals r squared. R is the radius. And a comma b, or normally known as h comma k, is the vertex, of course. Now, if you intersections between both lines and quadratics and lines and circles can have either 0, 1, or 2 solutions, and quadratics and circles, which we're not going to go over because normally you do lines and circles and lines and quadratics, but quadratics and circles can have up to 4. So the reason that lines and parabolas or lines and circles can have either 0, 1, or 2 is because if it's 0, they don't intersect, no things will work. And then what would happen is either you get extraneous solutions where when you substitute it back in, it doesn't work, or you won't get any solutions at all. And with the circle, or also, you get repeated answers for 1, because normally you're going to get 2, but if you only get 1, it could be because one of them is extraneous and just doesn't work. Which would be when a line hits either like it would hit the vertex or the outside of either a quadratic or circle. That may happen. You may get a repeated answer like x minus 2, or something like that. Now let's get into our one. We're okay. Between a line and a parabola. Okay, simple enough. 8x plus y equals 18. Y equals negative 5x squared plus 12x plus 3. Those are going to equal each other. We have to rewrite those as y equals. So the line, if we subtract the 18 and the y and then multiply the whole thing by negative 1, both sides, we'd get y equals negative 8x plus 18. And then we set them equal to each other. So negative 8x plus 18 equals 5x squared plus 12x plus 3. Because if y equals this and y equals that, then we just substitute this in for that y. Now, we set them equal to each other. We have to set them equal to 0. We have to combine like terms. So if we add 8x to both sides and subtract 18 from both sides. Now we can obviously factor out negative 5 to get x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Factor again, 5x minus 3, x minus 1 equals 0. That would just be factoring quadratic. And as we know by the multiplication property of 0, if x would have to be 3 minus 3 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 1, or is 0. So x could be either 3 or 1. Substitute those back into the original equation. If x is 3, y would have to be negative 6 or 10. So thus we get 3, negative 6, and 1, 10. Now let's do the one with a line and a circle. So let's say the circle is x squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 2, and the line is just y equals 2x plus 1. Again, we'll substitute the y values to get x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 4 squared equals 2. Then we combine like terms, the negative 4 and the 1, to get x squared plus 2x minus 3 squared equals 4. Simplify, where we square the 2x minus 3, so we just do 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3. We get x squared plus 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 equals 2. Obviously, we combine those terms. We combine the 4x squared and the x squared, and then we also combine, oh, that's about it. Then we set it equal to 0. We subtract 2 from the whole equation, and we get 5x squared minus 12x plus 7 equals 0. So now we have to factor again, and we'll use the multiplication property of 0. So we get 5x minus 7, x minus 1. If you guys haven't watched my last video, which was on factoring, or wait, no, 2 videos ago was on factoring, please watch that one. This will explain this a lot. Then we get, well, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 7/5 times 5 is just 7, minus 7 is 0. So we substitute that back into the equation, get 1, 3, and 7/5, 19/5, or 3 4/5, depending on which way you like to write it. Okay, thank you guys. Big shout out to Mr. Barrett. Please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment section below. I take video requests, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Bye, guys. I'm Scholastic Sam.